What's up, YouTubers? What's happening? What's happening with you? This is not for kids, yo. Now, it is the clash of the richest kings of the world. The two richest men of the world. It is a clash of the kings. We're gonna call this one Clash of the Rich Kings. That's what we're gonna call this one, Clash of the Rich Kings. We got Elon Musk, wow, and Bernard Arnault. That's I put their name in there. Ice on. AbOuT. All right, that's Elon Musk versus Bernard Arnault, the two richest top dogs in the world today. That is Elon and Bernard. It is the clash of the rich kings, the richest man in the world, the richest man in the world, richest man in the world. Bernard Arnault is the CEO and largest shareholder of French luxury giant LVMH. Owns a galaxy of brands ranging from Dior, Louis Vuitton, Tiffany to champagne producer. Oh man. Is home to 75 distinguished houses rooted in 6 different sections, true to the tradition. Oh my. Woo-wee. Elon Musk is one of the richest, the top dog, and then Bernard Arnault, the second top dog. Both of them are top dog kings of riches. Riches. I'm talking about modern day riches. I know that old school riches from back in the day. And Burger King is not a sponsor of the show tonight. But they are the richest human layers in the world today. They have enough money to stop hunger. They have enough money to shelter the homeless. They have enough to shelter the homeless. They this is not made for kids. I'm trying to figure out how to use this here rubber machine gun dab choker smoker to hit the dabs. Today is February the 4th, 2023. We at 1:55 a.m. Central Time Zone. And we are talking about the two richest powers in the world. That's Elon Musk and Bernard Arnault. Bernard Arnault and Elon Musk. Lights on. In mid-December, Bernard, who is very discreet, dethroned Musk, Elon, and all the billionaire elite rankings. Nearly 2 months later, the French tycoon is still sitting on the throne. His fortune is currently valued at $193 billion, up from 30.7 billion this year, according to Bloomberg Billionaire Index. I shouldn't have hit that dab like that, but it's up. Bernard Arnault from 30.7 billion 193 billion. If you don't believe it, Google it. The French billionaire is resisting the recent return of Musk thanks to the reopening of the world economics and in particular of China. In addition, affluent consumers have been less affected by the higher cost of living, while the average consumer has cut back on discretionary spending. That's a people are not spending on food and all that now. They saving their money and spending it on seeds, uh, food that produce seeds. Yeah, that'll be where you can avoid this inflation cause these two rich motherfuckers gonna get on here and they gonna express their wealth. They gonna throw their powers around and they gonna do this and they gonna do that and they just don't know it gonna hurt us little people like us that ain't got all them hundreds of thousands and dollars and hundreds of dollars and all that we barely making by. We having to go hit up the government to see can we get some money until our check come in. Hell, we down here so in the bottom of the pit, we cannot even take our Christmas tree down to have it for the next year. We leave it up, and these two rich fuckers, they up there fighting and talking about laughing at who is the richest tycoon in the world, and it's a French motherfucker and it's an African American motherfucker. That kind of just pissed me the fuck off. I'm ThE, and I'm coming on ThE's production, and we talking about the clash of the two richest tycoon, Lotus versus Tesla. Bernard, 73, had ended Musk's 15-month reign as head of the Billionaires Club. He had notably taken advantage of Tesla's stock market rout to overtake the tycoon king, as Musk is known as at Tesla. Tesla stock lost 65% of its value last year. Musk's network is tied to his stakes in his companies, especially Tesla and SpaceX. Now Twitter is added amongst them. This year, Musk seemed determined to reclaim his crown. His fortune is currently valued at 174 billion, up from 36.5 billion, according to Bloomberg's billionaire index lights on. About 19 billion only now separate Bernard and the first place. Here's how Bernard became the richest man in the first place. Let's get that on.
This man rubbing shoulders with the likes of Natalie Portman. This man rubbing shoulders with the likes of Natalie Portman, Paul McCartney, and Rihanna is French business mogul Bernard Arnault. While he might not be as recognizable as those three, he's got more than all of them combined. Arnault is the world's richest person, with a net worth of $191 billion at the start of 2023.
He is one of the most important businessmen in the world, certainly the most important in France right now.
He is the CEO of LVMH, Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton, which is basically the first word in luxury. In addition to Louis Vuitton, the conglomerate includes brands such as Dior, Tiffany's, and Belvedere vodka.
Luxury, for me, is how can you create design?
He's been in charge of LVMH since 1989, and all of his children have powerful roles in the business. Here's how Bernard Arnault built his wealth, and how he plans to keep it under family control. The richest person in the world isn't a tabloid mainstay or red carpet regular, even if he is seen on the front rows of brands' fashion shows.
He's a guy who is somewhat shy, even maybe a tiny bit awkward. There's a saying which gets repeated to me constantly by French billionaires and French CEOs, which is vivre heureux pour vivre caché, which basically means to live happily.
Just rich.
Beginning of the Arnault Empire.
That's just stinking filthy rich. I'm talking about the money, all the everything, just filthiness. It's just filthy rich people. They got so much money they can stop world hunger. They can stop world homelessness. They got so much money, two people, and then all the richest people, they can put their money together and the world would not be hungry. The presidents, the congressmen, all them, the world would not be hungry. The world would not be trying to go out there and into space and all that there. They would just use all what God gave us to use. He gave us dry land and he gave us water. And we can build on the water. Build on the water. He gave you the knowledge and the technology to build on the water. People ain't got to be homeless and all that there Calhoun stuff. Let's see, finish hearing what he got to say.
Starts with an acquisition, which could become something of a modus operandi for him over the next 30 years. In 1984, he took over Boussac, the holding company that owned French fashion house Christian Dior.
Christian Dior is maybe the most recognizable and the most well-known fashion name in the world.
He sold off pretty much all of the group's brands but Dior and pulled it out of bankruptcy. In the late 80s, Dior's revival helped Arnault amass a stake in the recently founded LVMH, of which he soon became majority shareholder and CEO. and chairman. Over 30 years and several acquisitions later, LVMH now includes 75 brands covering wine, jewelry, hotels, and fashion. The European company has also expanded into China and the US, where Arnault once joined then-President Donald Trump at the opening of a Louis Vuitton factory in Texas.
He's a great gentleman, a great businessman, and he's really an artist. To me, Bernard is an artist, and what he's done is incredible.
The luxury giant now has a market value of nearly $438 billion and revenue last fashion. The European company has also expanded into China and the US, where Arnault once joined then-President Donald Trump at the opening of a Louis Vuitton factory in Texas.
He's a great gentleman, a great businessman, and he's really an artist. To me, Bernard is an artist, and what he's done.
The market value of nearly $438 billion and revenue last year was around 80. Boosted Arnault's wealth and put him above the likes of big tech billionaires such as Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. While those men have seen their company
Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, the top three, just stinking rich, won't even lift a finger for the homeless. They got enough money that it wouldn't bother them. They could build 200,000 houses. Single people houses, single man house. That's with one room, a bathroom, a kitchen, and a living room. You got that much money, that don't cost nothing about $6,000 or $7,000. And then you got time to write it off to the government. What the hell, man? Y'all got all this money. Y'all fighting to see who is the king, who is the king, who got the most money. That's called greed and pride. You know what is, I don't care what book, religious book you read, it tell you them that is greedy and boasting and prideness and storing up all this here on this earth. And ain't helping the people. That is ridiculous. They got so much money, they got, hell, it'll fill up the average man house, and still the house won't have room to have none hold it. If they get it out in dollar bills, it's over with. It'll fill up that average man house and his yard with a fence around it. It'll fill it up and still be over.
Prices up over 165% since lows in March of 2020. So the stock market.
You said what? It went up over 100% since when? The inflation
of nearly $438 billion, and revenue last year was around $86 billion. These results have boosted Arnault's wealth and put him above the likes of big tech billionaires such as Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. While those men have seen their company shares drop in recent months, LVMH's share price is up over 165% since lows in March of 2020. Though the stock market is apparently not something Arnault pays attention to. That price boost was thanks to a surge in demand for luxury goods during the pandemic, when affluent shoppers were stuck at home flush with cash. And more recently, China's loosening of strict COVID-19 rules. The country is one of the luxury industry's biggest markets.
Arnault himself has a ton of legitimacy because he built up this company from scratch. He built this empire through several battles. He's obviously involved in all the key aspects of the business.
It don't matter what battles.
For his 5 children, who are often seen with him at brand events. Let's meet the family.
What the
Arnaud married his first wife, Anne de
is
Wavrin, in
going
1973
on
and they had two
now?
children, Delphine and Antoine. Delphine is the newly minted CEO of Christian Dior, while her younger brother Antoine is CEO of the family holding company. After divorcing Anne, Arnaud married Helene Mercier and had 3 more children. Alexandra holds an executive vice president position at Tiffany's, the American jeweler LVMH took over in 2021. Frédéric is CEO of watchmaker TaG Heuer, and Jean heads up marketing development for Louis Vuitton watches.
Et on peut viser la réussite à long terme parce que vous êtes associés tous à une entreprise familiale. Donc une entreprise qui est contrôlée par la famille.
The Arnauds own more than 97% of Dior, which in turn owns 41% of LVMH. The family also owns close to 7% of LVMH directly. On top of that, they have total voting rights of more than 60%.
So essentially what the Arnauds and what Bernard Arnault himself decides goes in that company.
And Arnaud has taken steps to ensure his family retains control over the empire. Last year, LVMH voted to raise the age limit of its CEO, meaning that 73-year-old Arnaud could remain in charge until he's 80, if he wishes. He also changed the structure of the family holding company.
The children will each have a 20% stake in this structure, and they can't sell their shares for 30 years, and it essentially will keep the shares in the family even beyond that. And it's one of the favorite pastimes in Parisian business circle to kind of watch his children and track their progress with a view to succession.
Arnaud has not publicly named a successor, but whoever it is will inherit a company that has successfully navigated the pandemic amid concerns for the future of the industry. High inflation and the war in Ukraine have prompted estimates of a slowdown in luxury goods sales in 2023. And in China, a recent wave of COVID infections means life there remains disrupted. Economists also haven't ruled out a global recession. For now, though, at least, the luxury market's wealthy customers seem happy to keep spending.
The luxury goods industry has been invested in part because global wealth every year is rising. And so more and more people are coming into the luxury goods market each year. And that's obviously good for LVMH, for Bernard Arnault, and for people selling luxury goods.
Mr. RiCh, could you please tell me what time it is?
It's 1 o'clock.
Thank you.
And with them two battling for the top spot, aside from the global hierarchy of the halves, the rivalry between the two men now seems to be shifting to a field that Musk knows very well: electric vehicles, aka EVs. Musk and Tesla dominated this segment, considered the future of the automotive industry. Last year, Tesla achieved record results. The Austin, Texas-based automaker produced 1.37 million vehicles and delivered 1.3 million. And for 2022, Musk eliminates Tesla could manufacture to 2 million vehicles. Through the automakers has said it's airing for 1.8 million units. Revenues rose 51% to 81.4 billion for the net profit of 12.6 billion. Now they net profit $12.6 billion dollars. Damn, that's damn near $1 for each population of the world. Each member of the world. I'm talking about the world, not just the United States. I'm talking about the world. Just one more quarter, it'll be $1 for each member of the world. Just that little segment. And they fighting to see who can take control of it. Let's take a moment as we roll up something to smoke and think on this. Lights on.
Searching for music for your next video? Then you need to check out Artlist. With amazing new music added daily and one simple license that covers everything. Artlist is the music licensing platform for all creators. Start now and find the perfect song. Artlist, made for creators.
Switch to Chrome to load your favorite sites faster, so you can browse with ease. Faster,
All right. With that
safer,
being
yours.
as it is, Elon Musk and Bernard Arnault are fighting, clashing, and bringing Jeff Bezos into it. Okay, it said these figures demonstrate Tesla dominancy over all, but this big advantage of Musk Group does not seem to scare Bernard, who has just invested in the manufacturing and luxury vehicles Lotus. Founders in 1948, the English brand is now betting, betting in electric vehicles. Bernard investment in Lotus come as part of the British brand IPOs through the so-called SPAC deal expected in the second half of this year. Specifically, Lotus will merge with L. Cladent Asia Corp, a blank check investment firm affiliated with Bernard, has indeed partnered with the company to develop its investment around the world. Went public in 2021, raising $250 million. See, they just raised money all out the fucking blue. Simple as that, people. Lotus, which was acquired in 2017 by Geely Group, shareholder of Volvo Cars, Polestar, and Mercedes, will be valued at $5.4 billion after the merger. The companies announced on January the 31st. This is an exciting time for Lotus Techs as we work toward delivering our first fully electric hyper SUV, applying our and engineering expertise to meet the rising global demand for luxury EVs. And CEO of Lotus Tech, we have found a partner with an impressive track record of not only building iconic premium brands and creating value for companies by leveraging worldwide consumer expertise, but also bringing them to public markets and powering their long-term development. Look out, Elon Musk. You're gonna have to really bring that uh what you said, making the lame walk and the blind see to the light, baby. Cause they coming. They coming hardcore for you. Simple as that.